Welcome back, everyone, to part 3 of Ratchet and Clank, and with me is Maddragon and Ice Bear.
Yo.
Say hello. And that's the end of that. This part was a goddamn pain to record because every time I started recording, I'd make just enough progress, and then like the hop-hog would just like stop recording entirely. It's just, there's a reason I prefer to have Maddragon record all the console stuff.
Yeah.
As I am the master.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Get back to recording Dark Souls, the master.
No comment, no.
No comment.
Yeah, I will say
really
one thing about having to replay this section so many times. I did get really decent at it, so I started to memorize a lot of the level. So that's one plus.
Yeah.
I also remembered to make a backup save file because, oh geez, I think I had to replay the entire game up to this point about 2 times or 2 or 3 times. So that was fun.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awful.
Wait, all the way from the beginning of the game?
Yeah.
How come?
But
Was it like...
thankfully it wasn't as bad as something like Borderlands 2, which I also had to replay a bunch of times.
Yeah. Well, you got quite quickly through the first opening bit, so I guess that kind of explains it to a degree.
Yeah. Although no, those were done like before I had to replay them again.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay. Maybe
there you
just
go.
speedy son of a gun.
Well, I did do a test playthrough a little while ago before like recording it proper, so I was somewhat familiar with the controls. It wasn't blind.
So this is a world that those robots are harvesting as we speak.
Yep. They're taking a bunch of stuff from this world and going to put it on the new world and steal it.
Yeah.
Basically, that's basically the overall
the
thing
whole
we've got to do. We've got to stop Cham and
just
Drek
like that
from
it's,
stealing a
this
bunch
is
of
the
stuff
thing
and putting it
that's
together
always-
with this hodgepodge planet.
I just like that we're always being confronted with it.
Yeah.
Like it's not just left in the background while we look for Captain Quark. We're just having to, yeah.
Yeah, because like it's cool because like everything you do actively does stop Cham and Drek from making a new planet, and it also does. I thought that was a secret area because I was like starting to go through it. Yeah.
It's like 2 bolts and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I do like how everything you do sort of encompasses, like, helps your overall goal.
Yeah.
Like, you want to stop Cham and Drek, and you also want to find Captain Quark.
Well,
Yeah, as you're finding Captain Quark.
You're always looking for the hero to save the day, and then it's you that's doing it.
Yeah, you are the accidental hero.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Never mind. I was just going to talk about Ratchet and Clank 2, but I don't want to accidentally spoil anything, so never mind.
Yeah. Ratchet could die at the end of this. We don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Ratchet and Clank 2 is all about his son, trying to live up to the legacy of Ratchet.
Ratchet Jr. and Clank 2. Clank also dies. Clank 2 is the name of his successor.
The new model.
Yeah.
Rank Mark 2.
God, I'm gonna start. This is gonna turn into a fan theory if we're not careful.
It was all a dream.
Yeah.
God, that is the biggest cop-out for fan theories. It was all a dream. Like, come on. Put a little creativity into your fan theories.
Yeah, give the writers some credit.
Yeah. Like, why not have your fan theory be about the whole show being a fan theory of another show? Huh? Exactly. But yeah, what are we doing on this planet exactly? Like, what are we looking for?
Holtz, no, you're looking for Captain Quark. I'm assuming you got an info bot, didn't you? And it was it was basically leading to Cham and Drek and saying how he was harvesting this world. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we were assuming to find Captain Quark on here fighting the danger.
Okay,
or maybe
'cause I
we're
had,
just coming in to help.
Stopped watching the video and went to check like whoever was on the IMDb and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Is the health system Maddragon? You're probably the most experienced with the newer Ratchet and Clank games. How do they handle health?
Yeah, health changes in later ones, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a bar in some games.
Yeah, I think if I can remember correctly, it was like, you know, you got those little nanotech orby things?
Yeah.
Like in this game, yeah.
Yeah, like in those, but I think it was like you had a shit ton more of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I agree that they've increased them as well. Like I'm sure that was in the second
And
one
there
or
was
something.
armor
But
as
they've
well.
also,
There's
yeah,
armor.
they had armor and weapon upgrades and stuff.
It's
I
been
think-
years since I played.
I think
PS3
armor
games,
is
but-
in this as well.
Really?
I
Yeah,
think
no,
it
there
might
is, there
be.
is different.
Yeah.
There is different
You can get
helmets
health
and stuff you can get.
upgrades.
Yeah, you can get
Oh,
health
right.
upgrades.
Actually, no.
Also, you could upgrade your weapons, like with the gold bolts, couldn't you?
Oh, that's right. I never really found any though.
Yeah, I found like maybe 2 during my entire playthrough. They're really
Yeah.
tricky to find.
I know.
You
and
guys
it wasn't
really do
when
suck, don't you?
when I first played it. It wasn't really
Jesus.
sort of like walkthroughs weren't as readily available. The internet barely existed.
Oh god, yeah. It's like trying to figure out every tiny little secret.
It was dial-up, so it might as well have not been there.
You had to resort to the school playground, and you had to use strength on the car that's next to the SSN, and then you'd get Mew.
Oh god, I remember
Strength
so
on the
many
car
little
that's next to
things.
the SSN.
Right.
Oh, I never
Oh.
did that one. I knew how to glitch like glitch.
No, that's not
rare
a real
candies
one.
so
That's
that
a
you
fake one that was spread all over like the school playgrounds here, at least. And I tried it lots of times, wondering why
I'm
isn't
like-
it working? Why isn't it working? It's just a fuck. It's full
Yeah,
of
I've heard
nothing.
loads of
It's a
stuff about
lie.
Mew, which never worked. But
Yeah.
Did you ever do the missing no glitch as well?
Yeah, that was
Oh, I never
cool.
did that.
They fixed that in
the
the
item
re-releases though,
duplication.
which is a shame.
Yeah, I know. I tried it and it didn't work. It's a shame.
Yeah, they just cut off that section of the island or whatever it's called,
Volcano
Amber Island.
Place.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
There's so many things to like the early Pokemon games that I never knew about.
Yeah.
Like, or just think, like shiny Pokemon. I only learned about like what the hell a shiny Pokemon was, and
Well,
like
that was
last
in
year.
gold, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the,
but what
the
started-
second gen onwards, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
silver and gold and silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never
And,
knew what they were or how to get them until
what was
like
the other one?
last year.
Crystal. But that was the.
That was the third revision. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always thought that was a myth because I never saw it once.
I
like,
always
ever.
quite like this weapon. It's a recurring one in pretty much all of the Ratchet and Clank
Yeah, I
games.
like it as well. For boss fights, when there's a lot of, as Vertigo calls them, ads, I tend to use it a bunch.
Yeah, because it
Yeah, it's-
conserves your ammo. It's brilliant.
Ads are additional enemies, I think.
Yeah, that's
Like additional enemies in
that's how
comparison to
we've
the
been
boss.
using it anyway. Yeah.
It's almost as if you're not experienced with an MMO. isn't it?
Oh, what?
I have.
Yeah. Oh, Raven doesn't play any, but he's in Australia, so
Yeah.
you can't blame.
That's true, yeah, the koalas would have a meltdown.
You mean the drop bears, right?
Drop bears.
What?
Drop bears.
You've heard of drop bears, surely?
Yeah, the drop bears. They're just dropping out of the sky.
It's like a common joke about Australia that there's like drop bears that like drop from trees and kill you, and then they show you a picture of one and it's a koala.
I've never heard of that.
Well, maybe it's because you're in Australia and nobody falls for it there.
Probably.
No, seriously, it's like there's a Wikipedia page for it. A drop bear is a fictitious Australian marsupial. Drop bears are commonly said to be unusually large, vicious, carnivorous marsupials related to koalas. Although the koala is not a bear. Oh my god.
By the way,
Drop bears.
Skid McMark's here. It took me ages to find him. There's actually when I got out of the jet, I didn't realize there was an area you could explore just behind it. So I went straight forward, thinking, "Oh, this is where I'm supposed to go, right?" Nope. It's an entirely different area you're supposed to go back to later or something.
One of your boards?
Yeah, see, like he's offering us his board here, and they're talking about trying to find Captain Quark, and I had already found him, and yeah, it's only now that they actually start talking to me. I don't.
Use the subtitles. I was wondering where they
Yeah,
went.
that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
remember I had to replay the game. I forgot to turn them back on during the replays.
Mm-hmm.
My apologies.
I'm
Do you just got to clear this area for Skid and then you get his
You got to kill 49 of those sand sharks. So
wow.
basically, yeah.
I'm nostalgia in all over the place right now. Like, it's like I vividly remember this back, when it first came out on the PS2. Like,
Yeah, it's a good game.
how it is.
This is
Oh,
actually
yes,
one of the
also
few
have to
secret
destroy
areas
this.
I know of. Pardon?
Wow. I've never seen that before. That's cool. Golden bolts are always amazing.
Yeah, I found this one actually accidental because I was trying to kill some of the sand sharks, and I just threw a bomb. Was like, huh, where does that lead? It's a gold bolt. Oh my god! Because at that point I hadn't found one yet, or I might have found one. So seeing another one was like
difficult
crazy.
to find is that the areas themselves are closed off. You gotta like break them open. Like trial and error you'd never do it.
Yeah, unless you're just crazy about blowing stuff up.
Yeah, emphasis on the crazy.
Oh my word.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
they look like
really
vampires,
close.
They swarm you. It's quite. They tend to like iterations of them tend to appear quite a lot in the later games, which have arenas and stuff that you fight in.
Oh, okay. So they're basically the generic mooks. Generic enemies. Those things are annoying. Make sure you get rid of them first, because they'll just spawn more.
Yeah.
And they do add to the count of sand sharks you have to kill.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering. See, I was wondering if you could just camp by a spawner and let it, spawn, but yeah.
Nah,
Ooh, you're not doing
if it's
so good for health, right?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty bad. Definitely going to be cutting it close. That's why I'm like so hesitant from getting close to that spawner, because like I'm gonna die.
It's a long time before you get a health upgrade in this. It's actually quite challenging, I suppose, to operate.
Yeah, it's actually towards the end of the game.
Frequent. They're not that common.
Yeah, it's towards the end of the game when you when you find like your first health upgrade station. And it's like, it costs like 1,000 bolts just to get one more. Then you got to pay like 10,000 or 100,000 bolts or something like that to get another one.
Yeah, it's kind of exponential.
Yeah. Or is it 10,000? Is the Rip You a new one 100,000 or something?
That's a gun. Yeah, that costs crazy amounts.
Yeah, that's like the most
sure
expensive gun.
The first time I played this.
The only way I know of to try and like get the Rhino is by abusing a glitch with the races, where if you like hit a box or something like that, the bolts will drop out of it infinitely, and you can just stay. And to get enough bolts for the Rhino, you have to leave it on for about like 4 or 5 hours.
Here, man, catch. A brand new Z3000. Can't even buy these.
Well, I got a bail. Catch you dudes at the hoverboard races.
Does he come back in the later games?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a recurring character.
Cool.
I think that fitness lady as well from the course is also.
Oh, that's so cool. I like her because the demo.
Big Al also is a recurring character, and so is Captain Quark. They reuse quite a lot of them actually.
What about Al's brother that you find later on, who gives you that rocket upgrade?
Not sure.
Okay. It'd be funny if they keep Al, but then just keep adding more of his siblings or something like that. Anyway, that's the end of that part.